Are you busy overpromising and under-delivering to yourself? So there's this thing. We have such a tendency to want more in our lives, right? We want more money, more abundance, more love, more experiences, more adventures, tighter waist, better six pack, whatever it is, we want more. But we have a tendency to want more without actually fulfilling first the promises that we've made ourselves. Now, I don't know if you can relate to this in any way, but this is, in terms of our intuition, the number one thing that we do to make sure that we don't hear ourselves is that we make these promises. I am going to get up every morning at 5 o'clock and start working out. I'm going to start reading more books. I'm going to meditate more. I'm not going to drink all week. I'm going to blankety blank blank. And we make the promises on one assumption or one desire. And that is that we know we will feel better. We know we will feel better when we make these promises to ourselves. We know, in effect, that if we were to follow through with the promises that we are making ourselves, that we would feel better and inevitably have a better life. But what happens is the alarm goes off at 5 and we don't get out of bed. Or we decide that instead of cooking dinner, it actually really is easier to hit Chipotle or something easier than that. Instead of following through with the promises that we've made ourselves that will infinitely and more likely make us feel better, we decide not to do it. Now, do you relate to this in any way? So here's why this matters when it comes to intuition and manifesting, okay? It matters because when we break promises with ourselves, we act out of trust. It means that we don't trust ourselves, okay? So if we get a hit that we need to be eating better and we don't follow through with it, then it's like saying no to our intuition, no to our higher selves, no to the things that we know would make us feel better. What we do in turn is go into what we call avoidance and deprivation. And in avoidance and deprivation, we're like this to the universe, like la, 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 I can't hear you, I'm not listening, I don't want to. And we become, in essence, cock blocks to our own spirit. And we deny ourselves the joy and the pleasure of the life that is in front of us and totally available, right? We're denying pleasure. And yet then we sit on the tail end of that and we go, well, why am I not getting a raise? Or why am I not getting a boyfriend? Or why don't I have infinite buckets of money? Well, could it be that you have decided to become a cock block to all things pleasure, to all things that are going to make you feel better? Now, you can read the studies and the scientific, reports that say that those who follow through, those who keep up with their promises and work out and meditate and do all these things have infinitely better lives. And I'll tell you why. I don't think it's because of the act of doing the meditation or the act of doing the exercise or the act of doing any of the things that they're doing. I don't think it's what they're doing. It's the act of trusting themselves. It's the act of following through on the promises that they're making themselves. That's it. That is it. Is that they are trusting themselves and the promises that they made are being followed through. Because every time we don't follow through the promises that we make for ourselves, the more we flake out on ourselves, the more we say, I don't trust. I don't trust. And if you can't trust yourself, how the fuck can you trust the universe? How the fuck can the universe give you more? How can you get more of what you want if you don't trust it when it comes in? And guys, these tiny little promises that you're making yourself at the top of every week, those are your intuition. You are wanting more. You're wanting to feel pleasure. You're wanting to feel better in your body. You're wanting to have certain things, But if you then move into the defiance of it, into avoidance, into deprivation, and refuse to do those kind things for yourself, what you're ultimately saying to the universe is, I don't trust. I don't trust. I don't trust myself, and I don't trust the universe. So you can't give me more, because I can't take it. I can barely work through the promises that I've already made myself. So, with this in mind, I'm going to consider the promises that you're making yourself. And I want you to consider the idea of what it is inside of you that keeps breaking up with those promises. What is it going to take for you to follow through with those promises? Stop over-promising and under-delivering where you're concerned. And start getting really honest about the things that you can do every day that are very much in your ability, so that you can start feeling a sense of success and a sense of trust. That's it from me, Willow Bradner of willowbradner.com, the Accidental Psychic. And for more of these videos, go to my IGTV. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.